Right, I think I'm done with having any kind of ground meats now. Okay, I've had bad experiences with them. Like back in Rice Lake, Wisconsin, when I got ground venison, I felt sick after that. I just stopped at this Salvation Army food bank, and they had two choices, ground beef and ground chicken. I didn't choose either. There's a lot that I didn't choose that was over processed. I tried to stick with basics like cut up carrots, okay? I prefer meat chunks. I think it's safer because all ground pork, for example, all ground pork is like, it's got this weird aftertaste, this weird smell, this weird taste, this after fats. There's a fatty deposit left afterward. Okay, that just doesn't seem very good. All right, when I do the beef stew, when I do the pork stew, it's fine. It's like clean. It doesn't have an aftertaste. This weird, like, they add something to that ground pork. But in pork chunks, pork chops, they're fine. All right, I'm thinking the lowest I'll go is a pork stew, the chunks, the beef stew, not hamburger, okay, not ground chicken. I think I prefer chicken with the bone, just so I know it's less processed, and that's maybe accept skinless, as long as it's not ground up, okay. There's just something very wrong with the ground. It's because it's exposing the meats to more. There's more surface area being created in the meats for bacteria and pathogens. And I think that the high standards of food production force these processors to add chemicals to kill listeria and E. coli and all that stuff. They have to do a little more, put a little more effort into killing those nasty pathogens to ground the meats, whatever it may be, okay? And you won't get mistakes on what kind of meat it is when it's not ground, when you accept chunks, okay? There won't be accidental horse meat added into the burgers, okay? You have it as chunks, and it's more likely to be what it's advertised as. So there's a lot more benefits, a lot more in the positive. You don't have added fats accidentally mixed in with the chunks. There's just a lot of benefits to having the meat in larger chunks. Practically just having the whole animal for you to dress yourself would probably be most ideal, but I can't handle all that blood and stuff in my car. It's not really I don't have the best setup for that, the cleanest setup. It would get kind of nasty. We're just accepting the chunks, okay. I think that's all I have to say about that. It could probably go along the lines with vegetables too, like no more noodles. Noodles are ground beef. Noodles are ground pork. It's all these additives and stuff put in, and then you get this crazy whatever you want to shape it into afterward. This monstrosity of meat. I think just the whole foods, in the spirit of In Defense of Foods, having whole foods, and just sticking with the bigger chunks, the chunks that have less of a chance to get infected with something, okay, and it's just, yeah, I mean, the taste is a little more bland, okay, which is also a benefit as well, because then you're not at risk of overeating it if you have it in the larger chunks. They want to add things that make the foods more addictive. Like noodles are addictive, and the ingredients by themselves aren't, okay? It's just how they process these things. So it's just something I would encourage people to do more of to get themselves in more ideal shape.